Yeah, what is up, everybody? Coming live from Aguan. As you can see, a bit different location than usual. Particularly, we got wild horses out here running around. But I don't know if you can hear it from this distant stage. They're screaming in the background because I'm leaving to record this video. So let's do it. Gate 40, the Gate of Aloneness. The astrology for this gate is the Virgo, and in tarot, this is the Nine of Pentacles. And in the I Ching, this is about deliverance. And it's all about balancing the need for rest and the drive to do work. It's located in the heart chakra. Gate 40 goes down to the solar plex and connects with gate 37. So I've actually been sitting with the energy of, am I doing enough work? Should I be doing some other things with my time? Am I resting too much? And so studying this gate this week has really been right on time because I've been here in Aguan, Santa Rosa, Honduras for about 9-10 days. We're going to be here another 2 days. It is Friday and we're heading back to La Ceiba on on Sunday. And I haven't done any content really recently. I haven't posted any videos. I haven't posted anything in my community in the past few days, and I was feeling some type of way about it. Buenos tardes. And not that I was feeling bad about it, but I've been conditioned that I need to be quote unquote consistent with things, particularly if you're trying to build something via social media or even my own community. But this gate is right on time, telling me, there's time for rest and there's time for work. And although I didn't look at it as a vacation initially when I got here, it has really been a vacation. We're going to the beach every day, which is where we're headed now, and enjoying the fair, La Feria, which is an annual fair that they have here in the village. And everyone comes back home from literally around the world to hang out and party till sometimes literally 12 o'clock the next day. And it's a good time. And as you can see, four-wheeler, there's no roads here. It's all sand in the village. So you got a four-wheeler, or you're walking, or you got a horse. So this week, this energy is all about balancing work with balancing rest. And this energy is all about working diligently to provide for oneself, but also providing for others. This energy of Gate 40 connects with the Gate of Community, which is Gate 37. And so that channel is all about providing for the community. And so some of the energy of this gate is about needing to be in solitude, and doesn't necessarily mean isolation, but we do need to retreat to replenish our energy. Me being a 6'2", I definitely need to get away. I need to hermit away to regain my energy. Buenos tardes. And that it helps me recharge. It helps me actually develop my creative spirit. And I'm the most creative when I'm alone. So I actually got the energy to do this video while I was hanging out with the family, but also alone on my own, doing some reading. And I had been contemplating. I hadn't done a video in a couple of weeks since I had got here to Honduras, and the energy was here. So I've also been resting. That's probably been the biggest thing over the past week. 10 days is resting, hanging out in hammocks, replenishing, and really not taking too much action, studying more about myself, giving myself some time to recover and really understand what's going to be the best way for me to move forward. I started the community, Successful. Link is in the description below. And really trying to figure out what's the best way to market it, what's the best way to charge. Do I want to charge for it? Right now it's free. Probably not for long, but for now it's free. What do I want to charge? And how do I want to create content with ease and create content that I love to do. This gate is also about the provider, so you may feel, a deep sense of responsibility. It drives us to work harder and be the provider to have a benefit to others. But we got to be careful that with that sense of ownership, with that sense of being a provider, that we stay balanced, that we don't get burnt out, that we don't do too much, that we're exhausted, and then we actually can't provide because we've overburdened ourselves with too much. So what we want to reflect on and meditate on is, one, what about your work-life balance? Are you giving yourself enough time to rest, enough time to recuperate? Are you always in work mode? As you can see here, I'm on it's not an island, it's a peninsula technically, but it's an island because you have to take a boat to get here. You can cross the water, or you can cross a little tiny land bridge sometimes, but there's no cars driving over here or anything like that. So creating that balance between work and rest, and balancing between the obligations that we all have, whether it be work, family, friends, other commitments, and balancing that with the need for personal time. We also want to meditate on solitude and how comfortable are we with being alone, and reflect on the quality of the time that we're spending alone, right? Are we, even though we might be alone and taking a long time, are we using it thinking about other people, or are we using that time to reflect on ourselves? This is our aunt's house. Lives here right next to the beach. All right. We also want to meditate on or evaluate our sense of duty. Do you consider how your responsibilities influence your life, whether that be, in my case, my son, my wife, providing for them monetarily, and also, are you taking on too much, or do you trust other people and can you delegate tasks with them to share the load? My wife over the past few days has definitely been feeling overwhelmed, like she's been doing a lot, but she's been asked to do a lot here for her family over the past few days. As you can see, my towel is flying away. That means we're getting closer to the beach. And she was a little burnt out from the family, and then my son Sage, who unfortunately, depending on your perspective, he has the chicken pox this week. So that has been a, let's just say, interesting journey, being here in the village, walking to a clinic, taking the boat to have to go to the clinic to get him checked out and to get him better and get his medicine. So he's been definitely on mommy mode this week. So it's been a lot for her. And unfortunately, she can't really delegate when he wants to be on mommy mode. He usually is on daddy mode, but this week he's definitely been on mommy mode. So, are you taking too much responsibility? Are you able to delegate? And do you actually trust other people to share the load that you have? Let's talk about the shadow energy of this gate and enlightenment for this gate. So in shadow, gate 40 can manifest as burnout, exhaustion, and a sense of isolation. We're talking about work commitments and really neglecting the need for rest. I had a really great conversation a week ago with a woman who started a newsletter. Her name's Lauren, and it's all about work and the future of work. And we talked a lot about, the current state of jobs always want you to do more. They want you to be more productive. They want more. They want you to produce more. And with the advent of AI, you would think that maybe it would get a little less burdensome for the employees, but not quite. It's still very much, what are you producing? Can you produce more? And there's a lot of layoffs going on as well, right? So lots of people and individuals are overcommitting to work, and they're neglecting their need for rest and their need for personal time. Fortunately for me, I got laid off, so I got plenty of personal time, and I would not be here walking on this beach talking to you doing this video if I have not gotten laid off. So I actually appreciate that part of my journey a lot. But there's also a tendency to feel underappreciated when this energy is with us, and we may fall or feel like a martyr and believe that no one else can handle the responsibility as well as we can do. So that really leads to a lot of overwork or a lot of burnout, particularly if you feel like at a job that no one else is as special as you, no one can do as good a job as you. And even when you hand off tasks or try to delegate tasks, they don't get done as well as you. So you're figuring, well, shit, I might as well just do this myself. And I've definitely been there, and not being patient with people, not understanding that everyone works at their own pace. And part of human design, learning about the different profiles and also, learning about the different definitions. Not everyone learns the same way or processes information the same way. And sometimes it just takes people longer to do things. It's not a bad or good thing, but some people need to step away to assimilate information. Some people get things more quickly, and that's just how it is. And we have to work with every type of definition in human design, but also in the world. So in the workplace, we don't really know what everyone's definition is, and that can make it difficult to know if this person needs more time to assimilate information and understand it versus people who get things a lot quicker. So an enlightenment for this gate, gate 40 helps us recognize the importance of rest and solitude. I've been coming to this beach daily, and as you can see behind me, is not a soul on this beach. There's a few people down that way, but typically there's no one here at the beach. So when I'm here, it's just me. And it's all about understanding that taking the time is not selfish, but it's definitely necessary to continue to be productive and to find our fulfillment. And it also involves delegating tasks and trusting others that they can contribute and that we don't have all the answers and that we're going to be able to do everything. So for us to be enlightened by this gate, just remember that being alone is okay. It's not being lazy. If you need alone time to recharge. And for me in particular, it's super important, muy importante, that I do be alone, because that's when I get my best ideas and that's when I'm the most creative. So at Human Design, this gate is located in the heart center of the lower heart chakra, and that is connected to willpower and our drive and our work ethic. But however, we need to make sure that this is balanced with the need for rest and the importance of our self-care, because that's going to sustain us in the long term, and that's what's going to get us through until the next push when we need to or desire to get back to work and be productive. This circuit, or this is part of the tribal support circuit, and so this circuit emphasizes the role of work and provisions for the community and for the family. And this energy is all about providing resources that the group needs to make sure that the group needs are met. But it also emphasizes the importance of self-care, maintaining balance to maintain the support of the community. And gate 40 is generating energy. So that means we're here, or this energy is here to respond to the needs of the community and to the needs of the tribe. This energy is best used when there's a clear and meaningful purpose behind the work, and when the individual is supported by others in their efforts. And I've been really thinking about that this past week, is how can I best support my community, not only successful community, but also here in Aguan and my family, and here in La Ceiba, Honduras, where my family is. What is it that I can do to be best supportive, but also making sure I take the time for rest and the thing that I do or the things that I desire to do really feel good, right? I want to make sure I'm responding, it's coming from my sacral, and that I'm feeling really good about whatever it is I'm doing, whether posting in the community, a newsletter, these videos, one-on-one sessions, whatever it is, it needs to feel good. And so you know that you've activated this energy or that you're in this energy when you're highly productive, you're relatable, and you're taking on the role of the community or a provider for your family, and you work to make sure that everyone's needs are met, but you also understand the importance of taking the time for yourself, taking your rest so that you don't get burnt out, you don't get overwhelmed by all of the responsibilities. When we're in shadow of this energy, of this gate 40, we can be exhausted. We may also be overburdened. There's a risk of feeling that too many responsibilities leads us to exhaustion, and we may feel alone or isolated, and we may also struggle to ask for help. I know a lot of people do that. I have also at times struggled to ask for help, but one of the big reasons I can do this video here from Honduras is that I reached out and the universe provided help when I needed. And that was a process, to be sure, because the type of help I was asking for, I've never asked to reach out for people like that. So that was a new experience for me, and it actually helped lighten the load a little bit. So, we can also feel like, I was talking about this a little bit earlier, the martyr complex. And so that is more of a trap, that we feel like we're the only ones that can solve the problem, the only ones that can do it correctly. And this can lead to feelings of resentment. And we may even be unappreciated in the efforts that we're putting forth. And in my community Soul Successful, I haven't done a post in a few days because I've been here enjoying the fair, enjoying the isolation. But that also did, bring up feelings that, hey, I need to be supporting my community a little bit more, which is fine. Those feelings are okay. I'm not here to judge those feelings. I'm here to just feel them and reflect on them. And, through thinking about, understanding, and feeling those feelings, I've came here to the beach to create this content. So in the end, it all works out. So we also need to transmute, or what do we need to do to transmute these feelings? The energy of this gate is, move to a place of feeling that we're responsible for the community and recognizing our value, recognizing the connection that we have to the community, and understanding that, hey, it's okay to ask others for help when we're overwhelmed. It's okay to lean on our community when needed. And, we have to shift our mindset or shift our posture from overwork to balance, shift our mindset from constantly working to resting, where we can then come back, be creative, and take care of ourselves. And that slowing down, that taking the time for ourselves, that's an essential component to our creativity and to our productivity. Other things we can work on or need to strengthen is our self-care practices, developing our routines. Particularly for me, I'm learning. Today I was studying Gate 5, and routines are hugely important for me. Even here, hanging out on, let's call it vacation in Aguan for the fair, I still am doing my daily planning. Even if I don't write down things on the hour, I'm still being grateful. I have on my daily planner sections to be grateful, sections to put the things I want to do today. And it may just be nothing, right? It may just be hanging out with family or enjoying the fair. But for me, I find that I stay grounded a lot better when I do those things, even if I'm not really doing much. So it could be I'm planning out my day, saying what I'm going to do, but then I don't put anything for the hours. I may put when I want to eat lunch and dinner, hang out with the family, but that's it. No quote unquote work on my agenda. Also, in our self-care routines, that could include regular periods of solitude, me coming to the beach,
relaxation techniques, stretching, things like that, or our hobbies, and doing things that bring us joy, getting us out of the energy of, of work. And also, we want to work on our delegation skills, work on our ability to delegate tasks, share responsibilities with others, with family, whichever community we're in, and then trust that others can contribute and that we do not have to do everything alone. If you need to activate this energy or you need help activating this energy, try scheduling regular periods of rest, make a conscious efforts to rest and to be in solitude, and treat these as non-negotiables. Nobody can interrupt these. You take this time for yourself, no matter what is going on. And also learn to say no. In the past week, my wife has definitely been on her people-pleasing energy, and she actually has the gate of people-pleasing. And a lot of people have been asking her to do stuff, and she hasn't been saying no. And so I mentioned that to her this week, and I think she's now getting more to a point where she can say no to things and doesn't feel so stressed out or feel so stretched in this case. And it's also important to recognize that there are limits to what you can do and that we all need to prioritize our well-being to be of service. We also can identify activities that help us feel rested and rejuvenated. I've been hanging out in a hammock a lot. I've been listening to books, things that energize me, things that inspire me. Been back in my Neville bag and learning a lot more about a different interpretation of the stories of the Bible. So that's been really refreshing, and I know that that's going to eventually be something I want to talk about more. And spending more time in nature, and meditating, or simply just at home, relaxing, chilling, and not doing too much. So for some more support, we can reach out to our community, reach out to our friends, our family, to share our responsibilities, and open up. Open up that you need to rest, open up that we need to take a break, it's okay. In our 24/7 society, sometimes people feel shame that they want to take a break or rest or don't want to work as much. In the workplace now, particularly the Gen Zs are saying that, hey, I'm not working that much. People want lazy jobs or lazy girl jobs where, they just show up 9 to 5 and then they can have the rest of their life. They're not really here to work extra hours and try to become the company man and try to become the CEO of the company. No, they just want to rest and produce what they desire and then go about their life. And, I'm really actually here to encourage people to do that if they desire. So open up if you need rest, and also encourage other people to take the rest if they need it as well. And we can also explore our mindfulness practices, meditation, which can help us stay connected to our needs and overcoming our overcommitments to work. And then we can also consider incorporating these things into our daily routines. And so I have been meditating twice a day, which has been great. And once in the morning and then in the evening. And even just for a few minutes, it feels good just to tap in with the universe and just listen. Even if it's just 5 minutes, to hear what's going on, let whatever's rolling around in my mind come to the surface, acknowledge it, and then move on. And even here, I come to the beach and meditate. And to be honest, though, I want to say this last week, when I sit down to meditate, I probably get 5 to 10 minutes in, and then I fall asleep. So, yeah, I've been hanging out at the fair too, drinking a little Florida Cognac. And so the meditation time has also been turning into rest time. All right, Gate 40, we talked about being alone, or the Gate of Aloneness. It's about finding our balance between the drive to work and the need to rest. This gate is here to teach us the importance of solitude, the importance of recharging, and it highlights, the dangers of overworking without taking time for ourselves, without taking time for self-care, without taking breaks. A lot of diseases, dis-ease, come from overworking, doing work that doesn't excite us. I, for sure, had back problems when I used to work a 9 to 5, sitting at a desk all day, doing something that I really didn't want to do. And so now that I've been here in Honduras, I sit down sometimes to do work, but a lot of the work that I do doesn't require me to be standing in one place or sitting in one place for hours on end. And I feel a lot better. I still stretch, but I haven't felt like I've needed to stretch as much, particularly my back, because, that discomfort, that dis-ease that was coming with working a full-time job has gone away. And so, by embracing these periods of rest and then learning to delegate, learning to get help, ayuda, from our friends and family, from our community, we can keep our energy and continue to provide for ourselves without falling into burnout and being overburdened or feel like we're being in isolation. That's it, guys. Live from the beach in Aguan de Santa Rosa, Honduras. We're going to be here another couple days, and then we're headed back to La Ceiba. If you're interested in continuing the conversation on human design or seeing how I'm building my business using human design, following my human design to find my true path, come hang out with us in the community. The link is below. And if you want to learn more about yourself and learn more about how human design can impact your journey, book a session one-on-one, and I would love to chat with you about your design and help you along the way. Peace.